What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh. We have done it in two competitions, man. We're in the semifinals of the Pokal. Fantastic, got a beautiful draw. We're now in the quarterfinals and have the opportunity to take on Porto. We're looking fantastic in two competitions. We need to get back on track with the Bundesliga. We obviously are coming off of a very bitter little loss to Bayern, but we got to get back on track. We're looking good in 2 of 3, but in my opinion, right now, the Bundesliga is the most important one. We need to get top 4. We all know that. We are here for the match preview of the upcoming game between Borussia Dortmund, Hertha Berlin, where we're going to break down some things, talk with you guys in the chat, and just get things going. So, hello to everybody in the chat. Welcome. Welcome to the match preview. See a lot of hellos, a lot of hello Dortmunds, and a lot of hello Joshes. Welcome, everybody. Let's just kind of get right into it. Borussia Dortmund is taking on Hertha Berlin at the weekend, Saturday's game, and it's a late fixture. We're all excited about it, and we're just going to kind of take a look. We're going to do what we usually do. We're going to take a look at the last little 5 games between the two clubs. The recent history has been relatively in Dortmund's favor. There's not really any denying that. But current form is more or less where we want to look today. If you look at Borussia Dortmund's last 5, we've won 3, we drew 1, and we lost 1. Obviously, our most recent game coming off of the 2-2 draw against Sevilla. It's a draw, but it felt like a win because we won 5-4 in aggregate. So we are the team, I'd say, who's a little bit more excited coming into this game. Will Hertha's last 5 haven't been relatively good. They have 1 win, 1 draw, 3 losses, some pretty disappointing results. Hertha is struggling for relegation, but they did come off of a huge victory on their last game against Augsburg. That helped them a little bit in their fight for relegation. And I'm pretty much looking forward to this. It was a good affair the last time we took on Hertha, in which was a wild game and a big win for Dortmund. And we're hoping to be able to repeat this here. We're going to take a look at a couple of key matchups before I get right into our starting 11, just so you guys can keep an eye on a couple players. Because for Hertha, 2 players I want to keep an eye on is Guendouzi. He's the Arsenal loanee who has had a pretty solid season considering Hertha's been pretty poor. He's someone that's going to be playing the heart of their midfield. They're going to probably play in a 3-4-1-2, and Guendouzi is going to be someone who's going to basically press. He's going to try to break down the ball, and he's honestly someone who's good at distance too. So he's someone we're going to have to definitely keep an eye on there. And the other one is Piontek. Piontek's a player who, in my opinion, has been a bit of a letdown from Hertha, but he's starting to pick up his form for the recent part. I mean, he earned a big move to AC Milan. He's done some wonderful things there, and he's now got sold to Hertha, where Hertha was supposed to be a big project, and he could have an opportunity to compete for European places, and it's not really the case. So he had a couple of good games in a row now, so I would definitely want to keep an eye on him. And for Dortmund, we're going to keep on a couple eyes on a few players. And for me, I'm going to keep an eye on Hazard. I want to see Hazard kind of break through here. He's coming back from fitness. We know what he can do. With Sancho being out, he's the man I want to focus on. And then at the heart of our defense, I'm going to keep an eye on Emre Can as he continues to show that he can do it in the center back position. So we're going to address some comments here, and we are going to bring up our starting predicted 11. Also toss in some predictions, guys. Frank says, hey Josh, Frank, how are you doing today? Frankfurt might drop points because they are playing RB. This is our chance to reduce the deficit, and that's a huge point, man. It's why I was a little bit bitter about the Bayern game, is because Frankfurt dropped points last weekend. We had the opportunity to obviously win, let alone maybe take a draw, and it just didn't quite go our way. But this is a good weekend to come take a look for Leipzig, because Leipzig's hopefully going to take some points from Frankfurt. If we get a win against Hertha, we cut the deficit to 1 point. That's 1 match day, and we can jump back into the top 4. So absolutely fantastic point, agents. I do agree. To be fair, after this Sevilla game, I think that we didn't give our 100% at Bayern, and we need to focus on the UEFA Champions League. Yes, I agree. I felt like the Holland substitution was premeditated. I've talked to you guys about that. And yeah, I mean, whether it was or it wasn't, it didn't seem like we went all out considering that we ended the Bayern game with Tigges and Renier leading the line. So I don't know what was up with the Bayern game. I'm assuming we kept an eye on the Sevilla game. We took an L in Bayern, but we got through. That was a huge problem for us. So now we need to bounce back. We absolutely do. So it should be excited for that. Agent says it's going to be a 6-1. And yes, Agents, Sancho is still injured. The little injury update for you guys is that Sancho will not be there. He probably will come back around the Frankfurt game. Akanji is starting to come back. He's still not going to be quite ready, but he is coming back, so it's a huge boost for us, but it will not be at the weekend. And then Gio and Guerrero are still suffering a little bit of muscle injuries, and they probably won't be back for a little bit now. Definitely not this game, potentially the Cologne. But yeah, so we're not going to have a Kanji, Guerrero, Gio, or Sancho for this weekend's game. Name says his prediction is 3-0 for us. Gotta love that. 4-1 Bayern fan is saying for BBB. We have Bremen, easy win for us, for the Bayern fans. Did you see that Mukuku may get called up for the German U21s? I did, and he probably should. I also saw that Hummels is going to get put back up. And if you guys took a look at our Who Boards the Plane series and you saw the German team that we did, I did say that Hummels would be eventually brought back in. So hopefully if you guys didn't check out that video, you can go search through it for our videos. It was basically my Euro prediction, so it should be fun there. I expect a close game, which turns our way late in the game. I do too, man. I think this Hertha team's starting to find a little bit better form, but they are still a very inconsistent team, which in all truthfulness are having a very poor season. But they do have some game changers. Piontek is a fantastic striker. He hasn't been poor really since he came to Hertha. Just he's had a basically poor service all season long, but he's still found the back of the net. Our defense has improved, even though Hertha has strong attack. I think we can defend it. I think we'll be on the front foot for the majority of the game. 5-0, Meunier scores, and 4 like Holland. All right, guys, let's bring up our starting 11. This is my prediction. You guys can let me know if you agree with it, if you disagree with it. I just have a feeling that Terzic, again, he's got through those tough games now. We had 3 huge games coming up. We won our 2 cup games against Gladbach, and we drew against Sevilla, but we got through an aggregate. And then we lost our game against Bayern. So this is a game where he needs to refocus. And I think he's pretty much going to put out his best 11. And we're going to see the 4-3-2-1, our beautiful Christmas tree formation. I believe, again, everyone's asking me, well, why isn't Berkey going in net? It's because Berkey's not our starter. Hitz has been, in my opinion, a very solid keeper for us. And I think he's going to be our starter for the rest of the season. I really do. So he's going to be in net. No ifs, ands, or buts. Murai, I'm hoping is going to start. There are some rumors that Meunier may be able to get the right back position for this game, but I prefer, and I'm really hoping that we stick it with Murai. I don't think we can afford to put Meunier in. I think we need to ride out Murai, keep him growing as a right back, keep him growing in confidence, and I'm hoping it's our main man there. Center backs, again, this could be an opportunity for Zagadou to slide in if we potentially change up the shape, give one of the midfielders a rest, but I don't know, man. I don't know if Zagadou will get in or not. I have a feeling he won't. That's why I went with Chan and Hummels. But this could easily be a game where Zagadou does start. And it honestly would be one I'd prefer. I'd want him to get a full game in either against Hertha or Cologne. So we'll have to see what he does there. Schultz again, because Guerrero was not fit for the game, will be at left back. The beautiful midfield of 3 with Jude, Dahoud, and Delaney. That's self-explanatory. Nothing there. And then Hazard, Royce, and Holland up front. Gio's still out. Brandt, man, I don't know what to say about him. We'll have to maybe do a video of him, maybe just assessing what's going to happen with him because, yeah, I can't see him starting, man. I can't see him starting. I think I can see him maybe coming on in a game like this, probably for Hazard around the 65th, just because Hazard's, again, coming back from injury. But that is my predicted 11. I'm pretty confident with it, except for the fact that probably Zagadou might have a shot, but we'll have to see. I don't know. Dortmund could choke. They usually do towards the end of the season. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about a game like this. I don't know in a game like this. We'll have to wait and see. I have a good feeling just because Hertha's been a huge wild card as well. Yusuf's here. He's a member of the channel, so if you guys want to become members yourselves, you guys absolutely can. Yusuf is a member. You see that nice JJD TV logo beside him, and he says that the hat that Josh got looking cute right now. Well, okay. I mean, I'll take the compliment. I think that we will rest a center back partnership replacing Chan or Hummels with Zagadou. A name that is not a bad shout. I mean, I preferably, like I said, I would like to see Zagadou start in a game like Hertha or a game like Cologne. And honestly, man, if I'm looking at this squad right now, 2 players I would like to see rested: Hummels, Holland. Probably not going to happen. Just, I don't know, the way Terzic goes, I think he's going all out when it comes to being able to get his best team in. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely not a wrong shout with that, with putting Zagadou in instead of Hummels, but we will have to wait and see. But yeah, Frank's saying the same thing. Maybe Zagadou coming on late, but doubt he will start. And Frank, that's kind of where my head was at too, just because I don't know. I can't see him starting. I don't know why. There is a shot, but all in all, I don't see him starting. Breaking news: United bid for Sancho, 120 million. I don't know if you're playing with me or you're dropping actual knowledge, but I mean, 120 million for Sancho will probably get the job done if you're asking me. Like I said, I think we're going to have to sell an asset. I told you guys I don't think it's going to be Haaland. It will be Sancho. So 120 million offer from United. I bet you that deal goes over the line. If that's true, I don't know. Going with a 3-1 victory for Dortmund, I like that. I think Moukoko comes on at halftime. Again, man, would not be against that. Would not be against that. I'm pretty sure Moukoko got his debut against Hertha, so it'd be a nice little opportunity there as well. Delaney cost Dortmund big gains. Bellingham needs rest. He can't play every game. That's insane. Okay, I don't agree with that. Bellingham's been absolutely fantastic. He may need a rest, but he doesn't. He honestly hasn't been playing throughout the entire season. It's not like Hummels or Haaland where he's played every single game. He's relatively, in my opinion, rested. I mean, he's young. He's played in the championship last season, which is a 46-game season, so he is used to a lot of these games like that. And yeah, I mean, Delaney doesn't cost us games. And a swap deal for Neuhaus will not be in the cards. I have a strong feeling we will not sign any players from Gladbach this summer. But we do have a transfers episode coming up, and I will be touching on Neuhaus. I will be touching on a lot of players. I'll be touching on a lot of players. But like I told you guys, for my opinion, in the formation going forward, the three most important things, 100% is Bellingham, it's Dahoud, and it's Delaney, man. I think that three-man partnership is huge for this team going forward. I think it creates a lot of balance, but yeah. Like the stream, guys. Yeah, I mean, if you want, we're getting very, very close to 2,000 subscribers, guys. Very, very close. We definitely appreciate all the support you guys have shown on the channel. We will be doing our watch along, of course, live on our YouTube channel this weekend for the Hertha game. We'll be doing a preview over on Dortmund's Twitch again, so if you guys want to come in and talk about the breaking lineups or any news that will happen between Thursday and the game on Saturday, come join us on Dortmund's Twitch. We'll be able to have a very fun little preview there, followed by our watch along. And yeah, guys, it's gonna be an important game. Like I said, it's gonna be important for two huge reasons. The biggest reason is the fact that we need to get back on winning ways. I know the Bayern game, you can look at it a bunch of different ways, but the main thing is if we didn't pick up points, we need to start picking up points and really start competing for that top four. And the other huge thing is that this is another opportunity where Frankfurt has a potential to drop points. They're taking on Leipzig, who's hungry to compete with Bayern for the top of the table. They're going to be going in and looking to run Frankfurt over. And if that happens, and we pick up our 3 points, we're down to one single point, and we put ourselves in a very healthy position going into the later part of the season, knowing that we have the experience and we have the know-how to hopefully get back in the top four. The Neuhaus hype is over now. I agree, mainly because of the fact, like I said, I think that we stirred up the pot a little bit too much with Gladbach, getting the Rosa signing, them falling apart. I don't think any deals are going to be done, but we will touch on that on another episode. And we will touch on the Depay and Donnarumma transfers as well, which would not be great business, in my opinion. I'll tell you guys why again, and maybe the Donnarumma one, but again, we can't afford them. And Memphis Depay, unless Haaland leaves, will not fit our squad. Bayern and Juve got strong over the years by doing free transfers consistently. Free transfers can also get you in a lot of trouble. Ask Juve about that. They're stuck with some players who were underachieving, who they got for free because they just think it's the best way to do business. I do take your point. I think Donnarumma is not a bad look, but he will not be, in my opinion, going for Dortmund. I think he'll be looking either at a Juve-type team, which then led Szczesny to be linked to Dortmund. But again, guys, we'll be talking about that. We have a very fun transfers episode coming up that we'll be going through a lot of players because a lot have been linked to Dortmund. It's going to be a wild summer, and we'll be here to cover it all with you guys. It's true that our defense needs work, but when we are losing back-to-back, everyone is blaming the defense only, and it turns out to be the midfield, which is went under the radar. I agree. That's why I said the most important part of this squad right now is that three-man midfield. I know that maybe going to the 3-4-3 could be another look because it means another defender, but I think that the problems did lie a lot with the midfield, and this is the most sturdy midfield, in my opinion, having those front three. But Dortmund don't need big money signings. Young players on free transfers should be Dortmund's strategy to challenge Bayern. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun conversation, man. I personally would put Chan back in the midfield. I'm not too impressed with his work at center back. He's made mistakes that led to goals in both legs. I put him as a CDM and Zagadou in defense. But Zagadu's coming back from injury, man. Zagadu's never been a very consistent center back, in my opinion, which is why I think that they're hesitant to starting him right away. That's just my opinion, but this, in my opinion, is a good game for him to get in and get some minutes. It's going to be the games against Hertha, the game against Cologne. So if he doesn't start against Hertha, don't be surprised if he does start against Cologne. But Chan, in my opinion, is doing a good job as a center back, but I do agree with you. His natural position is as a center mid, but right now he is our best bet at center back until Zagadou can really start finding his legs. He showed some good things. He just has to do it on a consistent basis, guys. But yeah, that is our preview, guys. That is our preview. So, like I said, we have another longer match preview coming up. That'll be about 2 hours over on Dortmund's Twitch that you guys can hopefully join us on and get in. Never mind. We're not doing the preview. I forgot about that. We are doing a FIFA video in the Saturday morning. We are going to be doing a co-op FIFA video over on Dortmund's Twitch. I forgot about that. That will be about 2 hours. That will be fun. Producer T, myself, and Stefan are going to be getting into a little bit of FIFA. Stefan's a pro, man. Come on. He's going to help me get better. So if you guys enjoy that kind of content, you can go over to Dortmund's Twitch and you can see me there in the morning for the FIFA stream, which should be a lot of fun. And then we will get into the match watch along against Hertha. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much again for joining us here for our match preview. It's gonna be a tricky game. I'm hoping that we're just gonna have the power, the momentum to carry through and know how important these 3 points are going to be. Get ourselves back on track and get into hopefully within 1 point of Frankfurt. Can't wait to see all you guys for the watch along and hopefully for the FIFA video as well. We will keep you posted on YouTube and as well as on Instagram, Twitter, and we'll hopefully see you guys soon. So thank you guys. Be sure to drop a like on your way out. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and the growth of the channel as we close in on 2K. Hopefully we can do it this weekend. So until next time, guys, on your way out, leave in a little prediction. I'm going to do mine because I don't know. I haven't done one in a while. I'll leave one prediction here. I'm going to say a 3-1 victory for Borussia Dortmund. I saw a couple of you guys say that as well. So thank you guys for joining us for today's match preview, and we will see you soon.